Marvin Gaye, Inner City Blues, Make Me Wanna Holler. Okay, let's play through all the different sections of the song. I'll even get the bass in there, of course. Big bass song, so we don't want to miss that. I'll go right through all of them. I'll go back afterwards, give you a little more guidance, a little more explanation of what I'm doing. Do me a favor, hit that subscription button, help out the channel. I'm coming out with a lot of videos, so you don't want to miss it. Be greatly appreciated. All right, so let's do Inner City Blues, Make Me Wanna Holler. Alright, for guitar, nothing too wild in this song, just hitting some basic chords, some cool jazzy chords. So for a good bulk of this song, like the intro and the verse, we're just doing this single strum E flat minor 7. Okay, so we'll be 6 on the A, 8D, 6G, 7B, and the 6 on the high E. And it's just as easy as that. We just kind of hit it. Let it go for a couple measures and just keep that going. Once the chorus comes around, we get to play around with a couple of new chords here. Initially, we're going to do this A flat suspended 4. So just bar the 4, and then we're going to come over to a 6 on the A, D, and G, and keeping that 4 on the E and the B there. Okay, and if you have trouble doing that, you could probably get away with doing something like this, where you just use the ring finger on the 6 of the A. Don't worry about the D string so much, and then just use the pinky to make the 6 on the G. Okay, I like to try to be a completist and hit it all like this myself. Alright, so just a couple measures of that. Right, and then from then, we just do a regular A flat. So essentially all we do is just make that 6 on the G a 5G. Everything else stays the same. Let that go for a couple measures. Eventually we'll get to this big interlude section, and this is kind of like a vocal scat section with some sax stuff going in there and some flute parts. It's basically, for everyone else, it's just a key shift. All right, so that E flat minor 7 that we had, we just take what we did there and just drop it down 2 frets, because now we're going to be chilling at this D flat minor 7. So 4 on the A, 6 D, 4 on the G, 5 on the B, and then 4 on the high E. And this, like the E flat minor 7, this just goes for like a good while, like about a good 16 measures at least. Okay, same style, just single strum. So we would just go through that, and then we get to the end of the interlude section, and then it'll jump to a G7 for about 4 measures. So just bar that 3, 5 on the A, keep the 3 on the D, 4 on the G, 3 on the B and E. Okay, just let that go for 4 measures. And then just bump it up a fret for the A flat 7. Everything, whole shape stays the same, just a fret higher. And then this is good for another 4 measures. And that'll lead us into the outro section. Outro section, it's real kind of free and loose with the, just the vocal and the piano. The rhythm section more or less drops out. So we're just kind of loosely playing a D flat major 7. Okay, so we just shift from the minor to the major. So we just do 4 on the A, 6 D. We do a 5 on the G now, and then the 6 on the B with the 4 on the high E. And do this for a couple measures. It's got a real loose feel to it. It's just kind of following the vocal. All right, and then we just drop down to a B flat minor 7. So that same E flat and D flat minor 7 shape, just down here, we're going to be at the first fret. 1A, 3D, 1G, 2B, and 1E. Okay, just capped off that section. Go through the whole thing twice. Okay. And then we just kind of hit this kind of, funky chord at the end and just let it ring. G flat minor 11. Okay, and you could do this pretty easy where we just go 4 on the D and G, 5 on the B and E. Just kind of leaves the song hanging there, Okay, so outro, pretty loose, free feel to it. Alright, got to get the bass line going here, probably the more identifiable part of the song. And this is real fun, jammy thing that we can do. We'll start here with this main riff. Okay, it's in the E flat key that we start off with. We're going to be way up here with this. Okay, so we're going to start off 13 on the D, hit it, and then we go 11, 13 A, 11, 13 D to 11 G. Okay, we hold that 11 for a moment. And we come back to that 13 D, do 11, 13 A, 11, 13 D, and then just finish on 11 of the E. All right, and that little pattern that we do, it's essentially we're just kind of improvising around that. And you can feel free to be jammy with that if you like. It's just a really cool bass line because we can move in and around it. The second half of it, you can do something like this, where we're same thing all the way up to that 11 on the G. But once you hit that 11, you can do something like hammer on to 13 G, come back off to that. Okay, it's a little jammy thing. And then just finish it the same way we usually would. Okay, so just kind of a basic structure of it there. Feel free to, you know, bounce around different sections of it. Up to you. But up to tempo, let's just get the feel of it now. Okay, chorus comes along, and we get to shift down to a different spot here. Have some fun in this area. We'll start off with 6 on the D. We do a quick 4-6-4 D, 6A, couple 6s on the D quickly, back to the 6A. Okay, we go 4-6 D, just to kind of finish that first half of it. So slowly it'd be like. Alright, and second half of it, just kind of start it the same way. 6 on the D, 4-6-4, 6A, 6D. And at this point, we can kind of do some, you know, walk up little scale into the loop of it. Okay, so do like a 4-6A and then 4-5 on the D to lead us back into that 6D at the start. So and then we would start it over. Okay, so the whole thing slowly be something like. Okay, so once again, you can kind of play around with it if you like, add some things, you know, up to you. Real jammy feel to it. And of course, once we get to that long interlude section, you know, the vocal, sax, flute part, it's a key shift. So we're just taking, you know, that main verse, intro, riff, and just taking everything down 2 frets or down a whole step, okay? So instead of being at 13, basing it around there, we're taking that exact pattern that we did, dropping it to. So we're just starting off at 11 on the D, all right? Going between like 9-11A, 9-11D, 9G, all that good stuff. So everything we did up here, down 2 frets. And then once we get to the end of the interlude and that real free floating outro part, we're just kind of hitting bass notes with the chords. All right, nothing too crazy. So, you know, end of the interlude, we're just hitting that G to go along with the G7 the guitar is doing. All right, about 4 measures there. Up a fret for the A flat. Let that go about 4 times. And then the outro, just kind of following along. You could drop out at this point because it's just real loose piano and vocal. But if you want to follow it, it's just 4 on the A. Okay, down to the B flat there, the 1 on the A. Yeah, a couple times. And then end on the G flat, the 2 on the E. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.